Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. And today is New Year's Eve 2018. So that means that this is the last episode of the year. How's that for a kick? Now, I started the Tavern Chat podcast earlier this year. This is the 229th daily episode, and it is above and beyond more of a success than I could have ever dreamed of. And I need to thank everybody that listens, everybody that downloads an episode or 10 or whatever you're listening to. I really blows my mind. I'm going to just throw some things out there to put things in perspective. To date, there have been nearly 62,000 episodes downloaded or played, or so that's 61,905 according to my little chart there. This month alone, we hit over 14,000. Prior to this, August was a high of just over $9,000. So you all, that is each and every one of you, are the reason for the success of this podcast. How do we get, 44, 45 creators and designers and makers, creators in this hobby of ours to agree to be interviewed? Because of the folks like you. People like you, my listeners, are the reason why they said yes. They jumped at the opportunity. I can't thank all of you enough. So now, what do we have in store and planned for 2019? Well, I'd like to get back to doing these episodes again in the morning. We'll see how that works. Doesn't always go the way one expects or hopes it shall, but hey, that's okay. More interviews. I think we still have just under 40 scheduled through mid-March, and there are people that are ground balls that I need to put onto those sheets. So it's going to be a lot of interviews, and I think the interviews have been a real highlight of this podcast. I can't thank enough the people who have agreed to be interviewed, who have been interviewed. They are all awesome. They're all creators who deserve your support. And I really mean that. Now, of course, Tavern Chat is just part of what I do. I do the Tenkar's Tavern blog. That's tenkarstavern.com. The blog is going to get a revision. I was hoping earlier, more upfront in the year, but it's probably going to wind up getting pushed back to summertime at this rate, only because there's so much going on here on the podcast side and on the Discord side. The Discord side has really kicked up. In addition to the interviews for the podcast that I record on the Discord server, the Tenkar's Tavern Discord server, in addition to the Wednesday nights that I host as a pretty much free-for-all chat at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, and then Bad Mike hosts Frog Talk on Tuesdays from 9 to 11 Eastern. And then we have the RPG Breakfast Club taking place on the Discord server, which I believe starting next week. So this is on Sunday mornings from 10 to 12-ish plus. They're going to start recording these and putting them up as a weekly podcast. It's important because they really are very informative. It is like going to a convention and sitting down, listening to a panel discussion, and being able to interact with people in the last part of it. And it's happening every Sunday morning. But we are also going to be doing, I believe it's on Thursday nights, Coast to Coast RPG coast to coast, and that is going to be similar to the RPG Breakfast Club, but on Thursday nights. We also will have the Dungeon Show. The Dungeon Show is going to be an interview show. That kicks off January 7th. So somebody do the math for me. That's what, Monday night? Yes, Monday night. Next Monday night. The first guest for the kickoff of the Dungeon Show is going to be none other than Stefan Pokorny. Dwarven Forge. So, yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of irons in the fire. And here, I'm going to put myself on record. Something else I want to get done, and it's gotten pushed to the side, gotten pushed onto the back burner, so to speak. I want to get a revised edition of the Swords and Wizardry Continual Light, which means I need to get somebody who does professional layout, not just me, the hobbyist, doing layout, which means I have to have some money to put out. Working on that, but I'd like to get that out end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. So we're looking, somewhere around March, April, May. I think that would be fun. Needs to get cleaned up. It's successful, but it needs to get a professional job, and I think we need to do it justice, and that's going to require a little investment. Now, like I said, 2019, there's a lot of stuff going on. If you want to get involved with stuff tavern related, the easiest way is to join our Discord server, Tank Cars Tavern, over on Discord, and participate in the chats, get yourself known. And if you want to host an irregular or semi-regular show, if you want to guest on a show, if you're somebody who's creative, we want to hear from you. If you're somebody in the hobby that's enjoying it, well, we want you to participate in the voice chats and participate in the text chats that go on throughout the day. It's your community. All in all, this podcast, the blog, the Facebook community, which is also very lively, the Discord server, which we are at 1,355 members. Holy fuck. It's all about you. None of this stuff, none of it exists without your participation, without your engagement, without your appreciation. Really. So it's very important that if you like what you see, that you let us know. And if you don't like what you see or hear, let us know. I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to please everybody, but our goal is, to foster a very engaging, energetic community that is welcoming. Our rules are real simple, and they boil down to no politics and no social issues, because we're gaming. We're game. Our function is to serve as a gaming hub, a gaming news source, gaming feedback, a gaming podcast. And there are much better venues to deal with politics, social issues, even if they're in your gaming, than parts of the, dare I call it, the Tavern Network. But this community thrives, like I said, on the engagement of the members of the community. So give me feedback, please. I've gotten some great feedback on Discord, and listen, more important than shopping the affiliate links or backing on Patreon, which I appreciate. Don't get me wrong. I never say no. In the end, it helps make what allows us to invest in these different aspects. But you really want to know what powers all things tavern? Your feedback. You tell Pex that we're doing a good job. You know what? It gets me through a bad day otherwise because your feedback. So, if you get a chance, leave us a rating for the podcast over on iTunes. I know there's probably other places you can leave ratings, but iTunes is where everybody pulls theirs from. And join the Discord server. You know, the link is on the TankHorseTavern.com blog. Join up, participate, be heard. You know, by far the vast majority of gamers don't want to be involved in politicking and social issues when they're enjoying their hobby. There are exceptions. I appreciate that. And there are better venues for them. But for the vast majority, we try to provide a location that fits them properly. So, all right, folks. Again, New Year's Eve. We're closing out 2018 in just over 2 hours my time. We're looking at 2019. And I really, truly wish you all health and wealth in the new year. God bless each and every one of you, whatever faith you follow. And if you follow no faith, then take the karma of the universe. Positive vibes. I'll give them out to you. I just want you to have a really, really amazing 2019. On that note, folks, I'm going to bid thee good night. I will talk with you all next year. Ha ha. Great joke, right? And I'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. All right, folks. Good night.